the inevitable happened. I got COVID. Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry for no posts for the past few weeks, but the inevitable happened. I got COVID. Diba? So I just want to talk about my experience because, alam mo, honestly, parang it's a big weight off my shoulders. It's like a big weight off my chest. After I had COVID, kasi yun yung parang that has always been our biggest fear. I guess I'm not sure if it's the same for the rest, but sa akin kasi it's one of those biggest fears I have. All this pandemic, what if tamaan ako, and if you followed my previous fitness transformation video, you'd know that I do have comorbidities. I have my heart is I have issues with my heart. I am diabetic. So medyo takot ako kung tatamaan ako ng COVID, what it would do to me. So the story, so here's my experience. So two days after my exposure, which I think they're that, I woke up with medyo itchy throat, not painful, a little bit sore. You know, it's sore, you can feel it. And then my first instinct was it's probably my GERD because pag inaatake ako ng GERD, no, it's acid reflux. To those who don't know what GERD is I do get that burning feeling in my throat area. So that's usually what happens. So the sore throat wasn't something new to me. It's something that happens to me regularly. So I checked when I had that. So the first thing I did was check my fever back. Oh, wala. How do I feel? I feel okay. I didn't feel sick. And then I took some antacids and proceeded with my day. Went to the gym, even worked out. Though it did feel more tiring, but I was just contributing that too because I had the long weekend before that. So I was tired. So okay, but I was able to complete my workout. Hirap nga lang, pero I was able to finish my workout. The day after, the sore throat was still there. A little bit worse, but still not too painful. As in, not to a point na sabihin ko, yung sakit di ako makain. No. I could eat, I could drink, and it wasn't bothering me too much. Remember, I said, sanay na ako sa throat ko na may issues. So alam mo yun, sanay na ako na my throat would feel that way when I had GERD. So it wasn't difficult. I didn't lose any appetite. So once again, that morning I went to the gym, even had lunch after, had lunch with my wife. But that afternoon, may mabigat na feeling Pero so I checked my fever, wala pa rin. I checked the oxygen level, it was 96, 95, 96. So sabi ko, that sounds pretty normal naman. So, but at the back of my head, something was bothering me. So, since meron naman kaming antigen test sa bahay, so I decided to test. And sure enough, pagpatak pa lang ng solution doon sa test kit, umilaw na kaagad yung line that says positive. So the first thing I did was, since I did my test outside of the house, we have a small lanai outside of the house, so nandun ako. So I called my wife and I told her what I tested, diba? So the first thing is, can you guys also do the test? So I had my two kids and my wife, who was very very close contact with me. They would come to our room, we would have dinners together. So that was my biggest concern, is baka tinamaan din sila. So they did their test, and good enough, 3 of them were all negative. So the next thing is isolation. So considering my first symptoms appeared, that is what we would call as day 0. So the day I tested was day 1. So okay, I isolated in my room. So I'm thankful that my family was taking care of me. They'll be preparing my meals 3 times a day. I would have my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. So day 1, that evening, ayun na, naramdaman ko na parang, bakit sumasakit na yung mga joints ko? So sabi ko, check ko na nga, ayun, may fever na ako. So headache was starting. After the headache, joint pains, tapos sobra ka ng parang tinatamad, diba? So ayun na, I took paracetamol, but my sister, who's a doctor, prescribed me molnupiravir. I think that's the new antiviral drug that people take now, for those with comorbidities and who got COVID. So the molnupiravir is, I think, 4 capsules twice a day. So I was taking 8 capsules, and that was just for 5 days. And then, since I also started coughing, but it was very mild cough, na hindi yung tipo parang di ako makahinga na cough. It was just once in a while there was something itch, I would cough, and feeling ko may phlegma. So I was also prescribed Fluomycin, which I had to take twice a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. So that the day 1, when I tested, when I had fever that first evening, yun talaga parang pinaka hardest day. But it wasn't that hard. It was just masakit ang ulo, masakit yung joints, some very minor cough, but not enough to keep you up, no? So I took the chance. I took this downtime for me to recover on sleep. Yun yung feeling ko kung bakit ako tinamaan, and why the rest of my family, other people who I was with when I think where I got it, were not sick. It's because my immune level was probably very low at that time. That week was very hectic, meaning I was doing so many things. There was some problems with work. I had I think 2 or 3 shoots that I had to take care of, which means I also had to edit all those. So there was a lot of deadlines I was trying to reach, and I wasn't sleeping well. I was probably sleeping 4 or 5 hours at most. Tapos minsan putol-putol pa. So just imagine this. It's been over 2 years since the pandemic started. I've been exposed to so many times with COVID, but I never got hit except this time. So, but I'm also, just in case people are wondering, yes, I am vaccinated, and I am also boosted. So my last booster was, I think, July. So it's pretty up to date, my shots, and I think having vaccinated and boosted is probably one of the reasons hindi siya ganong kalala nung tumama sa akin. So after day 1, day 2, I woke up feeling a bit better. Cough is still there. a little bit of joint pains, but no more fever. As in, I didn't take any more. I didn't take any more paracetamol, and I had no more fever. And then day 3, same thing. The joint pains was getting less. Definitely no headaches. Just a little bit lethargic. But once again, no fever. By the time we reached day 5, my family took, everyone, including my family, took a test. But I was still positive, and I'm very happy that my kids and my wife are still negative. So, hindi talaga sila nahawa. And that is what I was praying for since I tested positive. Na wag sanang may ibang mahawa sa akin. So by day 5, I thought I was ready to leave because according to some of the new regulations, if you don't have any fever and you don't present any more symptoms, you are already free to leave isolation in 5 days. But I guess we were taking the extra precaution. My sister, the doctor, said let's just go for the whole 7 days. So I stayed in isolation till 7 days, and I'm thankful that my family was very helpful, very supportive. Kasi sa bagay, ang hirap naman na para akong there's nothing I can do eh. They had to prepare everything for me. So for 7 days, sila yung nagbantay sa akin, and I am really very thankful for my family for that. So, but a week after, I think I was still feeling some effects of COVID, which was ang bilis kong hingalin. Yung minsan I would walk maybe 500 meters, that's nothing before. Ngayon medyo hinihingal na ako. If I would take a flight of steps, grabe parang hinihingal. And after 2 weeks, meron pa rin ganun, but it wasn't as bad. Pero meron. Definitely not before COVID in terms of my capacity, because talagang lakas ko hingalin, ang bilis kong hingalin. Now it's been 4 weeks. I think it's been 4 weeks. I finally did my first gym workout yesterday. The weights felt okay, a bit heavy. But I'm now closer to where I was before COVID in terms of my lung capacity, I guess. Kasi mas may hingal, worse than before, but not as bad as the weeks before that. So I think COVID really takes longer to recover. It's not just that weekend. So, pero yun yung welcoming na pag nakuha mo na is, ay buti na lang hindi ganung kasamaan tama sa akin. I know that COVID, there's a lot of people who had it really bad, and there's some people who have friends or family that lost their life due to COVID. But I'm not really thankful for COVID, but I'm thankful that for me it wasn't as bad. So medyo mas nawala yung stress sa akin, na yung kinakatakutan ko na baka ano kaya mangyari sa akin, no? But still, everyone, let's still be mindful, let's still be careful when it comes to COVID. So, but if you have any questions regarding COVID, especially to those who haven't had COVID and you're still very scared, feel free to post your comments and message me if you have any question. I'll be glad to help you out and answer. But once again, so please, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. And thank you very much, and hope to see you again in our next vlog.